Alright. See if Twitch is working. Should be. There it is there. Yeah, audio is working as it should. Stream's up, chat's up. We're all good to go. Just wait a little while, folks, until everybody who checked in shows up. Attendance isn't huge. We are expected to get 15 for tonight, which is not bad. Honestly, it's not bad. So, hopefully we get to have an interesting event. Couple of races around two very, very different racetracks. Should be quite interesting. Quickly check Discord. There shouldn't be much activity going on. A few messages. Captain Plev's trying to work out if any of the other guys are meant to join. At the moment, no one has, other than the 13 that we've got already. Oh. Shouldn't be too far away from the start, hopefully. Looks like we're going to get the ready up signal. This is it, just 13. Well, hopefully we're still going to get a pretty entertaining race. So, while the drivers are readying up, I'd just like to say hello and welcome to round 4 of the Formula 2 Sprint Series here on Race Spec Esports. I'm Lane Everingham, your commentator for this event. And for race 7 of the championship, we'll be competing at Autodrome Internacional do Algarve, home of the Portuguese Grand Prix. One of the 3 quote-unquote legacy racetracks brought in by Codemasters for F1 23. Portimao is certainly one of the most interesting and dynamic circuits featured within the game. This roller coaster ride of a racetrack measures up at 4.65 kilometers and consists of 2 DRS zones that lead into the prime overtaking spots of turn 1 and turn 5. Some of the key areas that we'll have to look out for in terms of drama is of course a notorious right-hander of turn 8, which have caught out many drivers in the past. It's an incredibly tricky traction zone. It'll be interesting to see how these Formula 2 cars fare going up that hill, but definitely in Formula 1 cars it's quite a tricky bit of racetrack. Another part as well is the the tough section rather of turns 10 and 11. It's an uphill double right-hander. It's quite easy to make a mistake through there, potentially cost yourself a lot of time, particularly during qualifying. As the session counter pops up, we'll get one shot qualifying underway, and that will determine the grid for the first race here in Portugal. Clock reaches 0, close to reaching 0. We'll get on the way, see who we can't ride on board with, give you a tour of this 4.6 kilometer 15 turn racetrack. Deputy Dilldog will ride on board with Spicy Salami as he makes his way onto the main straight. Telemetry, luck data and track map. Alright, let's go for a trip around circuit, the Algarve circuit. Heading into turn 1, braking down to 4th gear, back on the power, making sure he keeps within the white lines, round turn 2 and up into the hairpin of turn 3, down to 3rd gear, back on the power, nice and easy as we head through turn 4, this uphill left-hander and onto the back straightaway. Currently Spicy 4th, Matt Plevy the quickest of all, Reese Cohen jumping up the board a little bit as well, he's up into 3rd. Now we make our way around the hairpin, that is turn 5, definitely one of the better overtaking spots on the circuit. Round turn 6 and into the double right-handers of turn 7 and turn 8. 4th gear through here, down to 3rd, Now it's important that you get the traction absolutely spot on up the hill, over the crest, down the hill, into the flat out left-hander of turn 9, and then into this tricky complex of 10 and 11. Important that you keep a nice wide line there at turn 10, so you can open up turn 11 as much as possible. Through turn 12, up into turn 13, this tight left-hand hairpin. Spicy jumps up to third. He's battling Matt at the moment for that third place, but at the moment it's Destil and Reese Cohen battling it out for pole position. Who's going to get it between these two? Let's find out. Will it be Reese or will it be Destil? As we head around the final corner and back onto the main straightaway, Destil, Cohen, who takes pole? It's Destil. 27.859 is his pole lap. He beats Reese Cohen by a tenth of a second. There we are. One short qualifying out of the way. We can now look forward to the race itself. Running through the order, it's Destil who will start at the front of the field with Reese Cohen alongside him on the front row. Spicy P3 followed by Matt Plevy in 4th. Banana Cake Pie P5, he'd be happy with that. Deputy P6 followed by Andre 7th. Bags Liddell in 8th. Snickers Bud 9th. Kickbutt Kiwi rounds out the 10. Prezzo, not a great lap, 6.4 seconds off the pace. He must have made a mistake. He's down in P11. 40, and Luke Rockford, who is Sire Luke from what I understand, starting from the back of the grid. So 2 drivers getting disqualified on their flying lap attempt. Not the worst thing in the world. Certainly not ideal though, as we head into the race itself. Now I imagine, based off what the game gives you, I think everyone will be starting on the soft compound tyre. I don't think that glitch has been fixed where you can't actually change your strategy at all. So yeah, I think everybody will be on the soft compound tyre for the start of this race. Yeah, you can see medium compound tyres in the garages in the pit lane. So yeah, I think everybody will be starting on the soft tyre. So while we're waiting, just like to quickly go through the top 5 in the Drivers' Championship. Destil at the top of the board on 130 points is 6 points ahead of Spicy Salami on 124. Plebs is P3 on 91 points, followed by Bags Liddell on 79, with Reese Cohen rounding out the top 5 on 70 points. So already the championship is a 2-horse race between Destil and Spicy. And luckily for us, they're both towards the front of the field. Destil, our championship leader, on pole, and Spicy in P3. Reese Cohen splitting the 2 in 2nd place. Matt in 4th. And just checking, yeah, everyone's on the soft compound tyre, so we don't need that up. I imagine Banana is pretty happy with that 5th place qualifying performance. He does like this circuit, so I suppose when you think about it, it's not terribly surprising. Deputy Dildo, P6. Andre 7th, Bags Liddell in P8. Snickers Bud in 9th. Kickbutt Kiwi rounding out the top 10. Prezzo, P11. I'm sure he'll be aggressive at the start. Same with 40 and Luke Rockford. I bet they're going to attack quite a lot, trying to make their way up through the field. Drivers making their way through the middle sector. Bring up position change graphic probably would be the most suitable for the start of the race. We don't really need to know about strategy. Everyone's on the same strategy. It will only be shaken up with people trying to undercut and people trying to overcut. That's about it for this feature race. Destil making his way around the final corner now and back onto the main stretch. I mentioned before, it's a proper roller coaster circuit. The amount of elevation change around here at Portimao is absolutely unbelievable. Literally dips and rises through every single corner around this circuit. It's quite incredible. Hopefully Formula 1 returns here at some point in the future. It would be nice to see it back. I think it's a proper driver's circuit. Just be waiting at those towards the back of the line-up. We've got 40 in the Trident and Rockford here in the Prema, in the Red Bull sponsored Prema. Alright, all 13 cars are lined up ready to run. We've got 13 laps in front of us, 5 red lights, and we're underway. Here in Portimao, it's a nice start from Destiel. He comes across to cover off Cohen. Cohen's got a nose down the inside, though, as we head down into turn 1. Reese takes the lead from Destiel. Matt Plevs tries to find a way through down the inside as we head into turn 3. Round the outside looks Destiel as we head up the hill and into turn 4. Destiel's got the inside line, but with the traction on the outside, Plevy moves through into second position. Down the hill into the hairpin of turn 5. Anyone game enough to go for a dive on? We've got 2 wide action here as we go through the hairpin. Heading up the hill towards turn 6. Bags Liddell occupying P7. Prezzo's had a tidy start, same with Rockford. Prezzo up 3, Rockford up 4. Terrible start from NZ Andre, down 5 places. Kickbutt Kiwi down 3. Tight midfield pack here making their way through the mid-sector as Destiel and Plevy are battling away down the hill out of turn 11 and around turn 12. Up the hill into turn 13. Destiel hangs on to second position. Plevy in third. Spicy Salami in fourth. Banana Cake Pie holding that 5th place. As I said before, you'd be quite happy with that. Around the final corner and back onto the main straightaway. It's Reese Cohen who leads by 1.1 seconds to Destiel in P2. Plevy right behind the ART's gearbox. Down the inside at turn 1. They're side by side heading into turn 2. Plevy has the dominant inside line into the hairpin. Destiel fights around the long way though. Forced a bit wide, but he has the inside line here at turn 4. Plevy fights around the long way. The 2 tangle and Spicy closes in. Down into the hairpin at turn 5. Destiel with the inside line. He's able to keep the nose in front and he eventually moves in front. He's into P2. Plevy in third. Spicy hovering behind in fourth. Banana Cake Pie, then Deputy Dildog. Bags Liddell in P7. Oh, as he loses the back end a little bit. Had to use a little extra racetrack to try and keep control of the car. Down the hill out of turn 11. The cascade down to turn 12. To climb back up the hill and into the hairpin of turn 13. Actually notice as well Bags sporting a Max Verstappen helmet. The one that he used in the Miami Grand Prix. Quite nice. Plevy's lost time to Destiel. The gap has increased to almost 8 tenths. Bit wide goes Spicy as we head down the main straightaway. Bags Liddell getting by Deputy Dildog. That's into P6. Round turn 1 we go. Oh, Bags had to check up a little bit there. Overshot turn 1 by just a bit. Down the inside looks Rockford. Can the Pramer get in front? Not quite. As we head on to the back straightaway now. Rockford looking round the long way. 40 having a look down the inside as we head into the hairpin at turn 5. 3 wide action through the left-hander. Running wide is Luke Rockford and he cops a penalty as a result. 3 seconds have been added next to his name. Round turn 7 into turn 8. 2 wide between Rockford and Deputy Dildog. Deputy forced wide as Luke gets very sideways. Keeps control of the car. And he looks around the long way at turn 9 and down the inside at 10. Prezzo's going to try and follow suit in the Carlin. Side by side now. Through turn 12. Up into 13. Prezzo keeping the fight alive here. Where is he? There he is there. Having a look. Deputy gave him room. It's tight. But Prezzo moves through. And Deputy gives himself a penalty. Just running a bit wide. Big lift through the final corner there. Spicy closing in on Matt. Has a look but doesn't commit. Stays in 4th place. Banana Cake Pie holding 5th. Bags in 6th. Then 40 Luke here. Oh, running wide is Deputy. Snickers Bud closes in. I reckon he thought about a move down the inside, but decided to not commit to it as Prezzo got awfully sideways at the exit of turn 3. Round the hairpin at turn 5. Climbing back up the hill, heading towards turn 6. Banana doing a good job in that 5th position. Keeping up with the 2 in front. As we head around turn 8, nice and steady through here. Up and over the crest. Then down the hill. Through turn 9. Back up the hill into turns 10 and 11. Down we go again. Into turn 12. Back up into 13. See what I mean though? It's a roller coaster ride here at Portimao. So many ups and downs around this circuit. It's incredible. On a single racetrack on the Formula 1 schedule that comes even remotely close to the amount of dynamic elevation change that Portimao has. Over the crest, onto the main straight. DRS open on the VAR, closing in. Still a bit too far behind to do anything. 40 closing in as Deputy pits to move off the soft tyre and onto a set of mediums. 40 down the inside. Round turn 3. Moves in front into P6, overtaking Bags Liddell in the dams. Down into the hairpin at turn 5. Gaps are pretty well spread out at the moment. I did kind of expect here at Portugal. Although Destiel's trying to put the hammer down. Try and close the gap to Reese Cohen, our race leader. 1 second is the gap. Needs to get it underneath that 1 second barrier. Which he has just then, just ever so briefly. He's back underneath it now. Needs to be within that 1 second range so he can get some DRS assistance down the main straight. I wonder, does Reese make an early pit stop? Deputy Dildog has. Oh, he's left the session, never mind. He's just disconnected from the session. No way. Oh, that's just spoiled the race for the win. In comes Destiel, taking full advantage of this. Oh, and he only just pulls it up. Did he reset the track? What was that? Saw him completely sideways at the top of the hill. He hasn't copped a penalty, but he was absolutely sideways heading into the pits. This is the only tyre change that these drivers are going to make in this race, onto a set of medium compound tyres. Away Banana leaves. There's Bags Liddell. Oof. A little bit laggy, but we got through it. Well, what a shame. Honestly, what a shame. Spoiling the race at the front. Reese DCing on lap 6. Right when that was looking good. So Spicy, Andre, Snickers Bud and Kickbutt Kiwi are going longer on their soft tyres. Don't really think this is going to work, if I'm being honest. The undercut should prove to be pretty potent here in Portugal. We head around the sweeper that is turn 14 and up towards the final corner, turn 15. Now with Destiel's mistake at pit lane entry, there could be time gained for Spicy. But honestly, I think this overcut hasn't worked. Where is Destiel? He's making his way around turn 13. And got 2 corners left on the lap. Snickers Bud stays out. Has to crawl all the way to the end of pit lane. It's a long crawl. As Reese has rejoined to this session. He might be able to salvage a top 7, perhaps. We'll wait and see. Here comes Destiel. Spicy leaving pit lane now. Here comes Matt Plevy. There you go. Spicy, 5th position at the moment. 1.3 seconds behind Matt Plevy. Or 40 getting close to Banana Cake Pie. So the battle's on here between these two. As we head around turn 4 and onto the back straightaway. Bit wide there, very close to getting a warning. 40, will he send it? He's going to have a look. Banana sees him coming, gives him room. Banana with that outside line has the traction and keeps P6. There's Bags Liddell and Luke Rockford just behind. Through turn 7. Around the tricky right-hander of turn 8. Nice and easy on the power. Over the crest, down the hill. Round turn 9. Now round turns 10 and 11. Two right-handers. Reese gets a 5 second for speeding. Oh, and that's a humongous slide from 40 there. Great catch. Awesome catch there. As our Snickers Bud does the same. You got to remember, it's a 60 km/h speed limit. It's not 80 anywhere. It's all 60 in Formula 2. So you always got to be a bit careful when entering the pits. Over the crest, onto the main straightaway. Cohen tumbling down the order. Where does he come out? There he is. Oh, this is going to get interesting. Whoa! And somehow they all get through. Incredible. I don't know how they were able to avoid each other. But there wasn't a single collision at turn 1. Cohen moves down to 8. And as I said before, there is a chance for a top 7. Prezzo gets a 3 second time penalty for multiple warnings. So Banana Cake Pie occupying P4 at the moment. He's got 40 behind in 5th. Bags Liddell P6. Then the two drivers behind him, Luke Rockford and Reese Cohen, they both have time penalties. One has 3 and one has 5 next to their name. Prezzo a bit further back, he's got 3 himself in 9th position. This all-important 10th place. This will determine who will start on pole position for race 2 of this round of the championship. Destiel out in front with a comfortable lead of 2.5 seconds. Matt Plevy in P2. He's on slightly older tyres, and when I mean slightly, I mean 1 lap older. I'm pretty certain. Yeah, 1 lap older. So he's at a slight tyre disadvantage to Spicy Salami. Oh, and Plevs has given himself a penalty. Luke down the inside of Bags Liddell there. He moves himself into P6, and 40 is all over the back of Banana as we head through turn 3 and around turn 4. Oh, that might have been a warning. That was awfully close. 40 closing in. Banana covers. Got to have a look around the outside. Banana needs to pull it up. He does. Great driving from Banana, parking the bus there at turn 5. I'm sure 40 can play a bit more aggressive than this. That was a good bit of driving there from Banana, parking the bus right at the apex of turn 5. Over the crest and down the hill. We'll make our way around turn 9. Up into 10 and 11. 4th gear, down to 3rd. Back on the power. Down the hill. 4th gear. As we head around turn 12 and up into turn 13. It's tied between these two, but 40 is a wise driver. He won't run into the back of Banana. No way. Too good to do that. Destiel a time penalty. So he has 3 seconds now. Ooh, he's got a big enough gap back to Spicy that he doesn't have to worry too much. Just needs to make sure that Spicy doesn't get within 3 seconds. Here comes 40 round the outside, heading into turn 1. Again, Banana covers the inside, but he switches back to the inside. Terrific stuff there at turn 1. 40 up to 4th, and Banana Cake Pie, it's not done for him, as Rockford moves through as well into 5th position. Fantastic piece of patience there from 40. Did a lovely switchback and moved through into fourth. There was nothing Banana could do about that. And now Reese shoulder barging him wide is what he was doing there. He moves up into P6. Banana bullied down to P7. And now Bags Liddell, maybe he can sneak his way through, maybe move up a place and then move up a couple more, because both Rockford and Cohen have time penalties next to their names. Spicy right behind Matt Plevy. The battle is on for P2 here. Now Spicy, he can line up a pass potentially on the main straight. Needs a solid run through here, turn 14. Needs a solid run as well through turn 15 as Kickbutt Kiwi spins out. He's actually retired. Has he crashed out? I don't know. No, his car's moving, so he voluntarily retired. DRS Open in the slipstream. Oh, a bit of a screen freeze. It's okay. You get through it. Round turn 1. 4th gear. Back on the power. Round turn 2. Up into the hairpin of turn 3. You can pass here. If you can get a good run through 1 and 2, you can pass at 3. You can absolutely do that. Oh, Plevs getting a great run onto the back straight, keeping Spicy at bay. Now Luke, he's a little bit behind 40. Not close enough to bomb it down the inside of turn 5. And now Reese wants a piece of the action. He's close, he's real close. He's probably a tad bit frustrated as well after being disconnected earlier in the race. He was leading. He had a real shot of winning this race. Unfortunately, that was taken away from him. Over the crest, down the hill. We'll make our way around turn 9. Up the hill again into turn 10. And Reese. Oh, where can he find... Oh, that doesn't help. Getting a bit sideways at turn 11. It costs him time. He could try and set up a move. Maybe he needs both Luke and 40 to battle side by side for a bit, and he can pick his way through. See here, out of turn 14. Nah, Luke's a bit too far back, and now 6 seconds are now next to his name. Small mistake running wide. Oh, speaking of running wide, Reese running a lot wide there. Spicy round the outside here at turn 1. And again, can't make the move stick. But Plevs is wide. Spicy had to back off. Because of how much Matt was compromised at turn 1, Spicy had to lift off the throttle. If he didn't, there was going to be contact. Tight 3-car battle here as we head around turn 4 and onto the back straightaway with 2 laps to go. Riding on board with Rockford. Has a look to the inside, can't commit. Round the hairpin. Yeah, bit of wheel spin, costing him a little bit. Reese close. An opportunity. He has a look down the inside at turn 8. An opportunistic move. It's not quite done yet. Oh, and Luke lifts out of the throttle there. Oh, gee whiz. That was some desync. Holy moly. That car leapt across the screen. Oh, and he's DC'd again. Well, it's good to see this game isn't really fixed after the most recent patch. Gee whiz. Okay, so Reese disconnecting for the 2nd time in this race. It's not good. Alright, the leader will cross the line to begin the final lap. Lap 13 of 13 here at Portimao. Spicy in the slipstream with DRS Open. He's only got a few opportunities to try and make a move stick. But I think at this point he might be pretty settled on 2nd place. Maybe he won't go for it. He knows with the time penalty situation that Matt has, there's no point battling for P2. So I think he will just stay behind. This is going on because Reese has DC'd, so that's why there's position changes there. Andre and Snickersbud. Oh, Andre running wide. Ran very, very wide there at turn 1. But a neat little 3-car battle for, well, Andre will get it ultimately because he doesn't have time penalties next to his name. Over the crest, down the hill. And around turn 9, up the hill again and around turns 10 and 11. No, it's been a very tidy drive from our championship leader. It looked like he was going to be pretty well challenged today by Reece Cohen, but unfortunately he couldn't stay connected all the way throughout this race. He DC'd twice and it's ultimately cost him the chance to win. And as a result, this man will take victory here in Portugal. Destiel wins here in Portimao. Plevy will cross the line in second. He will not keep it though. In fact, he won't even stay on the podium. Plevy will drop all the way down to 4th place. 40 will finish on the podium. Spicy Salami will finish P2, keeping his championship hopes very much alive. Banana, he'll be pretty happy with this. A top 5 finish. 5th place for him. Bags Liddell P6, followed by Rockford 7th, in 7th. Reece Cohen 8th, Prezzo 9th. Snickersbutt P10. Interesting. Something must have happened then to Andre, because he didn't have any time penalties. He should have finished 10th. But ultimately he didn't. It'll be Snickersbutt who will start on pole position for race 2. But for now it's a podium celebrations. Dear me. Destiel, your race winner. P2 to Spicy Salami. And P3 to 40 in the Trident. Lovely stuff. So, the unofficial results of the race here in Portugal. Destiel is your race winner, with Spicy home in P2, 40 completing the podium places in 3rd, and deservedly given driver of the day. Additionally, Destiel scored fastest lap with a 1 minute 30.027. Outside of the podium places, Matt Plevy crossed the line in 2nd. He ultimately didn't keep that place, so he finishes 4th. Banana P5, followed by Bags Liddell, Luke Rockford, Reece Cohen. There was a chance he could have won today, but unfortunately his disconnection from the server ultimately resulted in him finishing P8. Prezzo 9th, Snickersbutt 10th, and outside the points we have Deputy Andre and Kickbutt Kiwi. So Snickersbutt, he'll get to start on pole position for race 2 of this round of the championship. Where is race 2? Miami International Autodrome. One of the newest additions to the world of Formula 1. This 5.41 kilometer, 19 turn circuit features a vast array of high, medium and low speed corners, as well as 3 DRS zones that lead into the prime overtaking spots of turn 1, turn 11 and the tight hairpin of turn 17. Now, I was talking to Spicy earlier. He said that this was going to be a warning heaven, so I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a lot of time penalties for track limits here at Miami. The most notable feature of the circuit is, of course, the Mickey Mouse section in the middle sector. It's formed by turns 12 through 16. It's an incredibly tight piece of racetrack that not a lot of people enjoyed when it first came out. I think people have sort of kindled to the racetrack well. It's certainly not anybody's favourite. I haven't heard anyone say, oh yes, Miami's absolutely terrific racetrack, but I don't think anybody really genuinely hates it. I think a lot of people are quite okay with Miami International Autodrome. But yet plenty of tricky traction zones as well, particularly through the left-hander at turn 2, heading around the long right-hand sweeper of turn 3. That's always a very tricky piece of racetrack. Got the high-speed S of turns 4, 5 and 6. And yeah, of course, the tight hairpin of turn 17, one of the better overtaking spots on the circuit. But it's really easy to miss your braking point into that corner. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a shunt into that hairpin, I'm just saying. These Formula 2 cars are a bit more difficult to stop compared to the Formula 1 counterpart. Thank you, Black, as well for your message. I could do Formula Endurance if I wasn't a driver within Formula Endurance. I do the PlayStation side of that championship. I drive for Williams. It's the only championship I've driven for the past 2 seasons, is doing Formula Endurance. I've done too much of 50% league racing that I've kind of got bored of it. So once Formula Endurance became a thing, I started doing that. And yeah, I would commentate that, but yeah, I drive in it. So unfortunately though, for the PlayStation side, this week, or on Sunday, the numbers were low enough that the race didn't go ahead, which was really unfortunate because I was looking forward to Silverstone. Because usually it's very, very competitive at Silverstone. It's one of the better racetracks for league racing because everyone's driven around Silverstone. Everybody knows how to get pace out of their car at Silverstone, so it's usually very, very competitive. But unfortunately, numbers weren't good enough, so the event was canned. Hopefully the numbers are a bit better, though the next racetrack we're going to is Jeddah, if I recall correctly. And Jeddah, it's a bit of hit and miss with some people. I personally don't mind it. I think it's a fun, sort of very dramatic racetrack. But I know with some people, they absolutely loathe the Jeddah Corniche circuit. And I can completely understand why. You know, it's a bit like Monaco in a way, where you got the wall so close to you, but then you add in the nature that you're carrying so much speed around the racetrack. If you make even the slightest mistake, you're in the barrier, and you don't just damage your front wing, you're out of the race. So yeah, I can completely understand why people might not want to do that race at Jeddah, but hopefully some people do, and we can get that event underway. Now, speaking of underway, we've got the formation lap taking place. Don't need tyres, we'll just run through the order as it stands. So we have Snickersbud starting from pole position here at Miami. Prezzo will start alongside him on the front row. Reese P3, he'll be hoping to just stay in the lobby for the entirety of this race, with Luke Rockford in P4, followed by Bags Liddell, Banana Cake Pie, Matt Plevy, 40, Spicy Salami, and Destiel, a race winner from Portugal. He'll start from 10th place here at Miami. Deputy, P11, and Andre starting from the back in P12. So who's missing? Kickback Kiwi, that's who's missing. So I'm guessing he just left and hasn't bothered to come back. Alright, we'll get up the position change graphic again. We'll get that up. But yeah, we don't need tyre graphic. Everyone's on the soft compound tyre. Overcast conditions as well, I have just noticed here in Miami. You can see it's all cloudy. So maybe we get some wet weather running for the first time in this series. Haven't had a single wet weather race after after 3.5 rounds, not one wet weather race. So maybe, just maybe, we can get a little bit here. Oh no, as Spicy has left the session. Hopefully he can rejoin as soon as possible. Yeah, it seems that the connection issues are still very much a problem in F123. I've noticed screen freezing as well with a few different drivers, so evidently that issue hasn't been fixed either. Snickersbud lining up on the outside, heading towards turn 1. He's on the racing line. It's the cleaner side of the racetrack. And as a result, he should theoretically get a better start than Prezzo. But Prezzo has the inside line heading into turn 1. So if Prezzo does get a better start, he gets the whole shot into the opening right-hander. Right on board here, I think, with Luke, because as you can tell, we're not getting a decent look at the start. Except if we look at Snickersbud here. We're right on board with Luke, though. No, Bags Liddell. This will be alright. Alright, everyone's lined up, ready to run. We got 11 laps in front of us. 10 red lights. We're underway. here in Miami. And it's a nice start from Reece Cohen in P3. He's looking down the middle to try and take P2 away from Prezzo. It's tight into turn 1, but the leaders get through unscathed. Prezzo round the outside, now down the inside at turn 3. Long sweeper. Some drivers running wide, but they're keeping it out of the barriers as we head towards turn 4. Down the inside goes Prezzo. He moves through into the lead. Oh, and spinning. Round goes Snickers Bud. He made contact with Reece Cohen, and he's gone all the way down to last. He was gifted pole position after finishing 10th, and unfortunately, he's been shafted all the way down to last place. So Prezzo leads. Cohen second, Rockford third, followed by Bags Liddell, Banana Cake Pie and 40 side by side once again. This time in Miami, heading into turn 11. Down the inside goes 40, but Banana fights around the long way and he gives himself the inside line at turn 12. 40 though has the inside line at 13, gets in front. It's real tight as we head through the Mickey Mouse chicane. Up towards turn 16, one of the more important corners on the racetrack. You need to get the exit absolutely spot on so you can send it down the long straightaway towards turn 17. Bags Liddell drawing alongside his Red Bull counterpart, Luke Rockford, down the inside here into turn 17. It's tight. It's real tight. Rockford gets good traction. Oh, but Bags Liddell does even better. He moves through into third. It's a Dams 2-3. It might be a 1-3 in a minute. Reece down the inside here. 40 down the inside too. Switchback from Prezzo. Can't stay alongside though. Prezzo down to second. Reece Cohen into the lead. 40 in fourth. He might go for third here. Down the inside at turn 4. Side by side through turn 5. They give each other just enough room, and around the outside, now down the inside, looks Rockford. Sorry, he's on the outside here. Getting my Red Bull cars confused. Down the inside goes Banana Cake Pie. Oh, it's tight. It's really tight between these two. And Luke just about wins the battle. There's a whole horde of cars behind Banana, moving left and right, trying to pick a side of the racetrack to try and race on. Luke gets in front. It's tight between him and Banana. There's contact. They concertina up. And around the outside of all of them goes Destiel. He's into P6. Round turn 16. Onto the back straightaway. Prezzo, can he counter? He's trying, revving it out in 5th. Into 6th gear. Down the inside. Having a look into the hairpin. Will he outbrake himself? Can he pull the car up? Can he? He can. And he parks the bus too. He takes the lead. Great stuff. Cohen, a bit of a wiggle out of turn 17. Prezzo setting the new fastest lap of the race. Down into turn 1. Cohen can't fight back. 40 in third with Bags Liddell right behind. Destiel and Banana changing places. The ART car is up into 5th place. Out of turn 3 and up towards the S's now. Spicy round the outside of Luke. He moves into 8th. Through the S's and now around the triple left-hander. Turn 6, turn 7 and turn 8. Running wide is Banana out in front of this group. In P6 he was running quite wide there. Where's Rockford? Whoa. Spicy, Rockford. Spicy, Rockford. Why did these two change places through that corner? They're so far apart. Interesting. Never mind. Matt closing in. Tags the back of Banana. Sending the Campos car around. Dropping him down the order to 9th to 10th. And Banana, let's just say he won't be impressed by that. He will not be impressed. Even in the slightest. DRS open on the dams of Reece Cohen. Down the back straight away towards turn 17. Shuts the DRS heading into the braking zone. Gap sits at 4/10. Banana and Andre into the hairpin. Oh, he's scraping up against the wall there, Andre. Pulls the car up. He's in P10. Banana up to 9th. Into the pits. No, sorry, an overtake. Into the pits goes Luke. An overtake for the lead here. Oh, sideways goes Prezzo through turn 2. And Reese moves into 1st position. Prezzo, though, can he try and fight back? He's looking around the outside. He can't fight here through turn 4. Reese is compromised through the S's here as we head around the triple left-hander. Prezzo is all over his gearbox. 40 closing in 3rd. Getting the power down. 4th gear. 5th gear. Up into 6th. You'll open DRS. Watch the speedo climb. 300, 305, 310 kilometers an hour. Down the inside at turn 11. He pulls the car up. Again parks the bus and he moves through back into the lead. Great stuff. Good battling between these two. All the while, though, 40 is closing in. Round turn 16. Onto the back straight away. Reese will get DRS. He's a bit too far back, though. Bags won't get DRS, and that's a problem. Because Dare still has it. Moves out of the slipstream. Down the inside. He'll get him easily. P4 is his. Oh, just about pulls it up at the apex. Almost overshot the thing. Into the pits we go. Few people in. 40 in. No, 40 isn't in. He takes the lead. Destiel a 5-second time penalty. So a few penalties being dished out here. There goes Prezzo in the Carlin. Destiel. There goes Reese in the Dams. Oh, it's a double stack of Dams. Reese and Bags. Teammates. It's hard to tell because they've got 2 completely different liveries. But Bags Liddell has been absolutely shafted here. He's going to lose a colossal amount of time. In fact, he's now behind Banana and Andre. He's been shafted so much. All because of that double stack. Prezzo. A time penalty, so he must have got a speeding pen. He did. He'd be kicking himself. He has a real shot of the race win, and I think he's just thrown it away. Out in front, 40, doing the overcut. Will it prove to have dividends, or, oh, well, that doesn't help. He gave himself a 3-second time penalty for track limit warnings. He's, out of frustration, he throws the car into the wall at turn 16. Well, don't know if the overcut will work now with that time penalty next to his name. Find out in a little while. Spicy and Deputy, they still haven't made a pit stop. Both VAR cars, so one of them has to pit now. Another one has to probably wait a lap. And that... Oh, Spicy's going to go longer. And 40's just given himself a penalty. It is 60 in Formula 2, lads. It's 60 everywhere. See? 60. 60 kilometers an hour. Oh, well, I suppose we are in America. 37 miles an hour as Spicy has left the session. Oh, dearie me. People can't stay connected. Down the main straight towards turn 1. Prezzo closing in. Destiel right behind in 5th. Might be a bit of redemption on here for Reese. He might be able to win this race. Needs to hope he stays connected, first of all. Needs to hope he doesn't get a time penalty either. Through the S's. Turns 4, 5. And around the left-handers of 6, 7, and 8. For some reason they class this as a triple left-hander. I don't really see it, but it is. As Spicy has left the session again. Connection difficulties for the VAR car. And every time he DCs... Every single time he DCs, he loses more ground to the leaders. And he loses ground in the Drivers' Championship as well that he's fighting for against Destiel in the ART. Through the Mickey Mouse section. Prezzo, a 3-second time penalty. A penalty he can't afford to get. Real chance now of him. Oh, falling off the podium as 40 forces it into the barrier. Destiel closing in. He's buried in the slipstream of that Carlin. Where will he look? Inside as he revs it out. Can't quite bomb him. Oh, he's trying though. Prezzo left the door open, which I'm a bit surprised by. Oh, and Prezzo makes a mistake. A big wiggle. Same with Destiel though. He got a big wiggle. As Snickers Bud pits in. Same with Spicy. Oh, close to making contact there. Keep it tidy. Round turn 3. Oh, 40 a tad bit wide there. Keeps it on the black stuff though and not in the barrier. Reese, Prezzo, Destiel, 40. That's your top 4. It's a bit of a gap back to Matt Plevy, but he's very much in the game. He has no penalties, and 3 of the drivers in front of him have penalties over 5 seconds. Equal to or over 5 seconds. So he's in a fantastic position right now. And so is anyone else if there's a safety car at any point. There's no safety car at this stage. Through this Mickey Mouse section, we'll head around turn 13, up into 14 and 15, the chicane. Clobbering over the curbs. So we head around turn 16. Lot of wheel spin. Heading out of the corner as Reese moves about to break the slipstream. Prezzo does the same. Destiel closing in. Not close enough. He stays behind. 40 does the same. It's a real tight battle at this stage of the race. And we still have 4 laps to go. 40 sets a new fastest lap. 41.762. Matt Plevy P5. 4.3 seconds is the gap. Needs to keep the hammer down. Try and make sure he can maximize this performance. He has a shot of finishing in 2nd place when the checkered flag comes out. Bags Liddell moves by NZ Audrey, the 2 Red Bull sponsored cars, battling away for 10th position. Prezzo under attack here. Destiel and 40, they're a little bit closer now. Here comes Destiel. Here comes 40. 3 wide action heading towards turn 11. Who wins the battle? It's Destiel with the inside line. Contact between 40 and Prezzo. 40 looking around the outside here at turn 12, giving himself the inside line at 13. So it's Destiel who comes out on top. He moves into 2nd place. 40 into 3rd, Prezzo down to 4th, but it's not over yet. Although a couple of those cars clobbered the barrier on the outside of turn 16. Now Destiel has a tad bit of an issue. No DRS assistance here. 40 closes in, but not by enough to attack into the hairpin. That is turn 17. There's your race leader, Reese Cohen, then Destiel, then 40 and Prezzo. Prezzo's losing time. He must have made a mistake at 17. It's cost him a fair chunk of time as Bags Liddell overtakes Deputy Dilldog. That's for 9th. In fact, they might still be going at it. Give this a quick look. Yeah, Bags got him. Must have done it at the hairpin at turn 17. Fairly simple move. Reese out in front with the clear air. Destiel getting a little bit of dirty air from the car in front. It will affect him through the high-speed corners. But 40, buried in the slipstream, has the opportunity to try and go for 2nd. Alright, here we go. Up towards turn 9. A little right-hander, DRS open, and around turn 10. Now into the critical left-hander of turn 11. 40 close, but doesn't go for the move. Stays behind. Around turn 12. Oh, little contact, you could hear it. A small thud. Through the Mickey Mouse section. 14. 15. Then turn 16. Say hello to the most useless camera angle in the Formula 1 game. I'm surprised they still kept that from last year, because honestly it is completely worthless. Andre, a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Oh, some rear locking I think there from 40's car. Looked like the back end stepped out a whole lot there. 2 laps to go for our race leaders. We'll make our way towards turn 1. 40 not close enough to attack here. Spicy, new fastest lap down in P7. It'll be a decent recovery, and he should get a bit of help from Luke Rockford, who does have a 5-second time penalty next to his name. Through the S's for the second last time. Will 40 even bother setting up an attack? I mean, he knows he's got an extra 3 seconds worth of time penalties next to his name. I reckon he'll have a go. The RS open. Here comes 40. To the inside, heading into turn 11. Slams on the anchors, pulls it up. Destiel tries the over-under here at turn 12, but doesn't have the grip on the outside to keep that battle alive. So 40 into second place, Destiel to third, but this battle is anything but over, because Destiel here will get DRS down the long back straight, heading towards turn 17. Reese out in front, minding his own business, with a comfortable 1.5 second lead. Down towards turn 17. Will he bomb it down the inside? No. Just stay behind. Doesn't want to attack just yet. Round turn 18, then turn 19. Onto the main straight away. The leader begins the final lap. Lap 11 of 11. Here at Miami International Autodrome. Here comes Spicy. Down the inside of Rockford. Rockford won't put up too much of a fight there, as he now has 8 seconds worth of penalties. So Spicy to 6th. And the chance he can go even further thanks to the penalties for 3 of the leaders. Prezzo, Destiel and 40 might all be in the firing line. 1.1 seconds is the gap between 40 and Reese. Reese has got a comfortable lead. He knows that the guys behind him have penalties, so he just needs to keep the car within the white lines, and he's got this pretty easily. Destiel not close enough to attack here, but he doesn't really need to attack. Just needs to stay calm. Keep the car within the white lines. Second place should be his, because Matt Plevy is a bit too far back in 5th position to try and challenge Destiel for second place, but I do believe Plevy will get 3rd. Onto the back straight for the final time. An interesting event here in Miami. Some good battling here and there. And at the end of this race, it's a bit of redemption for Reese Cohen. He looked like he was going to have a shot of winning at Portugal. Unfortunately, that was taken from him. It won't be taken from him again. He will win here in Miami. 40 crosses the line in second. He will not stay there. Destiel will take P2. And I believe it will be Matt Plevy who finishes P3. And does finish P3. Spicy recovers to P5. Prezzo P6, followed by Luke Rockford. Banana cake pie. He'll feel a bit robbed from that after his incident with Matt Plevy earlier in the race. Bags Liddell P9. Rounding out the 10 is Deputy Dildog, followed by NZ Andre, then Snickers Bud, who was our pole sitter. We got shafted on the opening lap. He will finish in P12. Not bad, considering we had 13 drivers and 12 drivers respectively in these two races. These were actually pretty decent. Plenty of action, that's for sure. Plenty of drama too. There we are with our podium finishes. Reese Cohen, our race winner here at Miami. Destiel P2, Matt Plevy completing the podium in third. So, the unofficial results of race 8 of the Formula 2 series. Reese Cohen, our race winner, followed by Destiel in P2, Matt Plevy P3, then 40 P4. Spicy with fastest lap finishes 5th, followed by Prezzo P6, Banana Cake Pie in 7th, Luke Rockford P8, then Bags Liddell 9th, Deputy Dildog rounds out the top 10. NZ Andre P11 and Snickers Bud P12. It's unfortunate what happened to him on the opening lap of this event, but incidents happen every now and then. Some drivers can fall to be really unlucky some races. And I think, folks, there's not much more to go through. We can now officially wrap up another stream. I've been Lane Everingham. Thank you everyone so much for watching. And be sure to tune in next week to watch round 5 of the Formula 2 Sprint Series. And trust me, you want to tune in next week. Got a couple of doozies to compete on. Should be a lot of fun. Until then, it's goodbye.